So everyone find yourself in a tall, supportive feeling seat. Remember, it doesn't really matter what it looks like. No one really cares, but you want to feel long from your tail to your crown. So if you're in a chair, I might recommend not crossing at the ankles or knees, but putting feet in line with your knees, knees in line with your hips, shoulders stacked on top of the hips, and head stacked on top of the spine. If you're on the floor, cross your legs however you want or have them in front of you. If you feel like you're rounded forward, especially if you feel like your tail is tucking underneath you, you have options. You could either kind of put your hands behind you for more support so you can push a little bit and feel longer in the spine, or you can sit on blocks and you can kind of stack them next to each other like a makeshift little platform, and then scoot forward onto the blocks so that you feel, if your pelvis is like a bowl, you feel the bowl tilting forward very slightly instead of tilting back. Make sense? So pick your poison. And then scan your body quickly for any habitual tension. For me, it's like clenching the belly and the shoulders are lifting up towards my ears. For some people, it's in the palms or the feet or clenching your jaw. Just scan quickly and see if there's anywhere you can soften like 1% more. Good. And then let your gaze go forward and slightly down. Pull your chin down and back like you're pressing your head into a wall behind you. Press into what's touching down underneath you. Gently, like 10% energy, pull in and up on the pelvis and your belly. Gently squeeze your shoulders behind you. Good. Keep your elbows bent. Hands are resting. Palms down or palms up, whichever feels more comfortable for you is fine. You always have the option too to put one hand on the belly, one hand on the chest, especially if you're new to listening or paying attention to your own body and your breath, or if you're working on embodying yourself and being in touch with your own feelings and sensations in your body. This is a great way to start so you can feel what the breath is like. Lock your attention on something ahead of you, and then let the muscles around your eyes get softer, soften your jaw. Maybe you swallow, let your tongue come off the roof of your mouth, coat your tongue in saliva in the bottom of your mouth, and part your teeth and your lips very slightly, just to encourage softness in the upper section of the body. And mentally separate yourself now from what you were doing so you can come fully now into what you are doing. Anything you were thinking about before, anything you need to do after class will be there waiting for you. So just set it aside for now. If you have to set it aside 1,000 times in the next hour, that's normal. Don't worry. Start to ground and center yourself, starting with paying attention to what you see in your field of vision, even if your eyes are partly shut or all the way shut. Notice shapes and colors. Notice lights and shadows. Notice where the doors and windows are in relation to your body. Notice where the other people are or objects in relation to your body. Notice all the noises in the space besides my voice. Bring your awareness closer to your own body. Notice your personal bubble of space. And use your spidey senses. Get a sense of what's immediately behind your body and to the sides of your body as well, not just what's right in front of you. Good. Notice where air touches your skin versus where clothing is covering your skin. Notice where your body is touching something underneath you. And then bring awareness to your breath without changing it. Just be aware of what it feels like to breathe right now. There's no right or wrong way, but you might challenge yourself to notice more particular qualities, like does it feel slow or quick? Does your breath feel smooth or choppy? Does your breath feel easy or is it labored? Maybe there's a texture or a temperature that you can easily detect. Maybe it feels really uncomfortable to just notice your breathing, to pause and pay deeper attention. That's normal too. Be aware of that. And then if you wish, you can start to apply a little bit of effort in the breathing by drawing in your inhales a little lower and deeper than normal. You might even imagine or feel your belly like a balloon, kind of fill up your balloon. And then as you exhale, let the balloon deflate, everything coming back to your center point towards the spine. Breathing in and out like that, preferably through the nose. But if you're stuffy, breathe out of your mouth like you're blowing out of a straw. It'll help slow the breath down, just like the nose does. Notice what you notice as you stay for 2 more rounds, just breathing a little deeper, a little slower than normal. And then return back to your natural breath and just be aware of anything that's changed so far. Good. Next time you breathe in, open your eyes fully if you haven't already, so you can be more aware of your surroundings again. And if you're in a chair, scoot forward now towards the edge of your seat. Enough meat on the seat that you're not going to tip forward, but that you have room behind you and to the sides of you more. Good. Okay, keep gazing forward. Inhale, get super tall through the crown of your head and just stay here like that. So press into your feet, press into your legs, press into your seat. Belly in and up, shoulders pinched behind you, and really reaching up through the crown of your head with your muscles now, not just thinking about it, and pull the shoulders down and back behind you. If you want to intensify, you could release your arms down from your lap and kind of pull your arms down towards the floor away from the shoulders. Stay here and breathe, even if it feels a little more challenging as you just firm up the rest of your body. And then inhale, get even taller. Exhale, let your right ear come towards your right shoulder. Just the weight of the head tilting over, not leaning the body over. Option to be still or to turn your nose down towards the floor and take a breath. And then inhaling all the way back to the center. Exhale, other side. Take your time, go at your own cadence. Let your breath dictate when you change position. And if you look down on the other side, try it on this side too. When you're ready, inhale to the center, exhale, look to the right. So turn your whole face towards the right side of the room and pretend there's like a little marker on the tip of your nose and draw circles above your shoulder. They can be really small. They could be pretty big. Just move slowly and carefully. And if you're drawing the circles, go one way a few times and then pause, and now go the other way too. Push into your feet in your seat, belly in and up. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, other side. Do what you did on the other side, remembering that we're not trying to force the two sides to be identical here. That's not the point. The point is just to do the same practice on each side and notice the differences. Don't forget to switch directions. Good. When you're ready, inhale all the way through the center. Stay super tall through the spine. Squeeze your shoulders behind you. Exhale, tuck just your chin down towards your chest. Stay. Now, that might be enough. You might opt to put your fingertips on the back of your skull and draw your elbows closer together in front of you. In some bodies, they'll touch. In some, they'll be pretty far away. Breathe really big into just the top half of your back and the tops of your shoulders. Like that's the only place your lungs even exist. Good. Inhale. Open your elbows to the sides, look straight ahead, and then release your fingertips to the sky. Maybe one at a time, you kind of swim your shoulders down and back again. Stay here, really drawing the shoulders down away from the ears, pulling the elbows in opposite directions. Identify just your right arm. And when you're ready, just turn the right fingertips down towards the floor. Inhale, release. Exhale, other side. Notice the difference between the two sides. Inhale, lift. One more time on each side. When you get back to the top, put your hands back on the back of your skull. Really take the weight of your head into your hands. Let your eyebrows lift, eyeballs lift up towards the sky. Keep squeezing your elbows apart from each other. Squeeze your shoulders together. Gently start to tilt your head back. You might find enough there, or you could really start to lean back so that you're facing the sky. But pay attention to the low spine. Pull the belly in. Don't let yourself do a huge back bend. Don't crunch the back of your neck. Okay, stay long, long, long as you breathe. Inhale yourself back to facing center and release your arms. If you got lightheaded, tuck your chin down towards your chest. Good. Okay. Looking forward, do a quick test. See if you can easily touch something on either side of you, like the floor. If you're on a chair, you probably won't touch the floor. And so I recommend getting your blocks on the Papa Bear setting, super tall setting, so that you can easily touch something on either side. We're going to do 6 spinal actions now. So remember, that's forward and back, side to side, twisty, twisty, each side. So we're going to do all the different directions that the spine is designed to do. But keep in mind, especially if you have low back pain, the lumbar spine, the lowest part of your spine, has like 5 to 8% range of motion, okay? Like degrees. So don't think about twisting through the low spine as much. Imagine that most of the twisting is coming from the mid and upper parts of your spine, and the low back comes along for the ride. So that means if we twist to one side and your hip wants to follow with you, let the hip move. You don't have to fix the hips pointed straight ahead and try to twist in the opposite direction. You're not going to go as far. Okay. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. If it doesn't, that's fine. Inhale, get tall through the crown of your head. Stay as you exhale and just find that super tall feeling again. Next time you breathe in, pull your belly forward, chest forward, eyebrows lift, eyeballs might lift. Stay. Breathe. Squeeze your shoulders towards your hips. Imagine the chest pulling forward, but the belly organs still staying in, sucked in towards the spine. Next time you exhale, round your spine. So round your shoulders more than you tuck your tail. Look down towards your belly. If you want, you can push into your hands, or you can reach your hands out ahead of you to exaggerate. And stay for a breath. Notice what it feels like to try to breathe here. Pull your belly in towards your spine. Back and forth now at your own pace. Inhaling, belly forward, chest forward, cow pose. Exhaling, cat pose, like a black cat on Halloween, a really round shape between the shoulders. Go back and forth at your own speed. Follow your breath. That means don't come into your cow pose until you start to inhale, and don't get to the very end of your range of motion in your cow pose until your lungs are super full. And then when you do the opposite, try not to get to the very edge of your cat pose until your lungs are all the way empty. You might even kind of like pull in your belly button towards your spine at the end and see if more air can come out. It might surprise you. Notice if your breath or your body likes to move faster or slower than the other. That's normal. You don't have to be perfect. We're just aiming at synchronizing the two together. One more back and forth. Take your time. Really explore. And when you're done, be done. Come back to a neutral spine, looking straight ahead. Take a breath. Fill yourself up like a glass of water, bottom to top, and then exhale top to bottom. back in neutral. Okay, before we go side to side, press your hands into your knees and isometrically, so without moving, pull your knees in towards your hands and push your hands into your knees. Soften your face. Your eyebrows cannot help you. Smooth out your eyebrows, unclench your jaw. See if you can consciously soften the muscles in the sides of your neck and keep applying pressure as you stay for 3, 2, 1, and then release. Good. Arms down by your sides and identify your right arm first. You can give it a little wiggle or something. Good. Inhale, bring your arm either out to the side or up. If it's okay for the arm to come up over the level of the shoulder, it can. But in that case, lift the shoulder girdle up towards the earlobe, like you're trying to touch it. In either case, create as much space as you can from the shoulder to the hip. So stay and breathe and imagine lifting your back ribs up off your hips. Yeah. And then next time you exhale, lean over towards the left until your fingertips touch down. So that could be fingertips. Some bodies like to come down to the palm. Some bodies like to bend the elbow more or walk the arm further away. Remember, option is to release the top arm and put it behind your back, or you could reach more at a diagonal towards the front corner of the room and get more into the low back and the hips. If you're trying that, also inhale and open your heart to the front of the room and see if you can target just the sides of your rib cage. You might bend over less when you do that. Yeah. Okay, push into your feet in your seat, belly in and up for support, and then inhale, lift yourself all the way to center, and exhale, arm comes down. Take a breath in between before we go to the other side. And then identify your opposite arm. Same deal on this side. Try what you did on the other side, but if it needs to look or feel different, that's okay. Really glue your hips down. Try not to let your hips lift up. And then exhale, tilt over towards the right to any degree. See if the same options are going to work for you here. They don't have to. And especially if you have low back or hip pain, carefully, slowly explore. See what happens when you tilt your heart down towards the ground and you reach at a diagonal instead. And then open the heart back to the front. You might even look up if the neck's okay with it. Good. Last breath here. And then push into your feet in your seat, belly in and up for support first, and then inhale, lift yourself all the way back to center, and exhale, the arm comes down. Take a breath in between, notice what's left over. We do these resets in neutral to particularly pay attention to the low spine and create stabilizing movement and breath in between doing asymmetrical things. So if you suffer from back pain, make sure you're paying close attention to that at home. Anytime you do something different on either side, take a break in neutral before you try the other side or before you try a different movement. So let's try the twist now and see how that goes. Everyone grab a block and place it between your hands. You could do baby bear setting, mama bear setting, Papa bear setting, whatever you want. Or you could touch nothing and imagine that it's there. And really press into the block on each side. Reach your elbows straight out to the sides of you. Shoulders come down away from the ears, squeezing your shoulders a little bit behind you. And imagine that you're not pushing just out of the shoulder, that the arms connect in the center of your chest. Did you know your arms are only connected at the clavicle, that everything else is just floating there and muscles are holding you together? So engage everything that's holding you up. Okay, keep this pressure, keep your nose in line with your heart. Inhale, get taller. Exhale, twist to the right. Keeping your nose in line with the block, which is right in front of the heart. Keep squeezing the arms in towards the block, holding it in place. Stay here and breathe, pushing into the foundation, reaching up through the crown of your head, always looking for length, even when you're bending or twisting. And if your neck's okay with it, you could look over your back shoulder towards the back wall. Good. Bring your head back to center first, and then inhale yourself back to neutral, facing forward. If you want to take a break with the block down, you can. Take a breath in neutral. And then we'll do the other side. So back to your strong position, arms squeezing in towards the center, looking for that feeling of tension all the way to the heart center. Inhale for length. Exhale, twist to the opposite side. Block stays in front of your heart, nose stays facing the same direction as your heart. Pull your head back in space like you're pressing it into a wall behind you, chin down and back as well. Yes. Maybe you look over your back shoulder on this side. Breathe. And then maintain length. Bring your head back to the center first. And when you're ready, inhale back. Lower the block and let your arms come down by your sides. Good. One more little dynamic breathing movement so that we can keep syncing up the breath with the body. So inhale, bring your arms out and up. They might touch at the top. Some people keep them separate. Some people hook their thumbs together and kind of use that leverage to lift the arms up higher. You can look up if you want, or you can look straight. Good. Next time you exhale, bring your arms all the way down, but reach at every single point of that circle until your arms reach down to the bottom. Keep going like that, inhaling to lift and exhaling to lower, following your own cadence. If you're having trouble because you're watching me or others in the room, close your eyes and it'll help you pay attention more to your own rhythm. There's no right or wrong answer here. We're just looking for synchronizing the breath with the movement. Doing the same activity with both sides of the body to create symmetry again with the neutral spine. Soften your face more, soften the sides of your neck. One or two more like that. Take your time with it. When you get back to the bottom, rest. Notice anything left over so far. And then if you're a stander, we're going to come to stand now at the front of the mat. If you're going to stay in your chair, great. Make sure you have enough meat on the seat that you're not going to tilt forward. We're going to do our sun salutations and some of the asymmetrical, more balancing postures. So if that helps you decide if you're going to get up and stand or not. Okay, make your choice now. Are we all getting up today? Okay. Okay, we're working hard today. That's cool. Okay, good. So come to the front of your mat. And if you change your mind and you need to sit, please do that. Okay, it's more of a smart decision to change in the middle than to just power through and hurt yourself. Please don't do that. So looking straight ahead, don't look at your feet, march in place. Don't think about it at all. Just do it. And then all of a sudden stop. And then without changing your feet, look down at your feet and see if they're where you thought they would be. And if they're not, don't change it yet. And assess whether or not you feel balanced. You're probably pretty close to anatomically neutral for you. Okay, we don't have to be perfect all the time. So just notice where the feet are and see if you can look forward again and assess, is my balance the same in the toes and the heels? Is my weight evenly distributed between the right and the left side? And if not, if you feel pretty wobbly, maybe then you heel toe out a little wider and give yourself a bigger base to stand. And then please do look ahead with your arms down. You could tap a chair next to you for balance, but we're going to play with the balance and the lower body a little bit right now. So looking straight ahead, chest is proud, squeeze your shoulders behind you, belly in and up, as small as you can, like a third of the way up. Come up onto your toes, lift your heels off the floor, and reach your arms out a third of the way up. And then exhale, lower down. Do that again. Inhale a third of the way up, and then exhale down. Okay, now 2/3. Inhale, 1, 2, and then down. Inhale, 1/3, 2/3, exhale down. Okay, you guessed it, all the way up. Inhale, 1/3, 2/3, 3/3. Exhale, come down as smoothly as you can. Do that a couple more times. Just follow your own rhythm. See if you can slow down the movement so that you exert more control. We're going for control, not speed. If you fall out, good. Come back and try it again. This is how we build muscle memory and how we explore and notice. Notice the difference between the 2 feet. Are they behaving the same, or is one super wobbly and one is super stable? Do you have an old injury you're working with and it makes a challenge on one side more obvious? That's okay. Last time. you say this is hard? That's why we're doing it. I'm sorry. Okay, one more. Good. Okay, now pause. Weight even between the toes and the heels and the right and the left side. Squeeze all your muscles onto your legs. Squeeze your buttocks, pelvis in and up, belly in and up. Squeeze your shoulders behind you, arms down out of your shoulders. Gaze is forward, chin down and back. And now notice what it feels like to just stand here. Good. Next time you breathe in, bring your arms all the way up. Stay on your heels this time. You can look up if you wish. And then exhale, fold forward. So bend at the knees a lot. Belly comes to thighs, chest comes down, and you have options. You could put your elbows on your knees and hold your head, or you could dangle the arms and or the head. If you're pretty far down there, shake your head yes, shake your head no. 0 muscles in the neck are working. Let it be like a bowling ball on a string. Yeah. Heavy, heavy, heavy. You could reach opposite elbows. You could sway back and forth. You could bend one knee at a time. I think someone calls that elephant walks. Who knows? People make all this up. Head is heavier. Still breathing in and out. First forward fold of the day. Notice where you feel it the most. Is it in the ankles, the calves, the backs of the hammies? Is it in your low back? Is it all over? Is it screaming at you? If it is, bend your knees more for more support and more safety in the backs of the legs. Okay, come to stillness. Next time you breathe in, come only halfway up. Your hands can travel up your legs somewhere and reach through the crown of your head. Make as flat and long of a back as you can and stay. Belly in and up towards your spine, like you're trying to cradle all your organs in a basket or a hammock. Shoulders down and back behind you. Stay for another inhale, reach through the crown of your head, and then exhale and fold forward, bend your knees again. Good. Weight in your heels. Inhale, come all the way back up to stand. Reach your arms up overhead. They might touch. You might look up. Exhale, hands to the center of your heart and press. Okay, so that's a half sun salutation. Let's do a few more now, way quicker now that we know what we're doing. Inhale, reach around and up. Long between the toes and the fingertips. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Lift your toes too. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way back up. Press your feet down as you lift up through the hands. Exhale, hands to your heart. Press into your fingertips. Again, inhale, reach around and up. Maybe a back bend. Hips forward, elbows back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Reach. And exhale to fold. Inhale all the way back up. Really, really long. Exhale, hands to your heart. 2 more at your own pace or take a break. Don't worry about how fast or slow you are compared to me or your neighbor. Just sync up your movement with your breathing and you're doing it right. Take your time, but when you're back in your mountain pose, stay. And notice what is left over so far. Okay, so we had a request to do some joint freeing. We're gonna do that in a way that also challenges our balance and our strength. Okay, so stay in this position, but take all of your weight into your left foot. Wiggle your toes around. You can touch a wall or a chair if you already feel unbalanced, but canter onto the opposite foot, so just the toes are pressing down. And remember, when we start doing balancing poses, it's really important to keep your gaze forward instead of down at the floor. If you're looking down, you're going to fall down. Look ahead, and if you fall, you'll just take a step. Okay, so start playing now with really releasing weight from the toes, and maybe you're just touching like a ballerina, just the tip of the big toe down. This is good yoga. Stay. If you feel really wobbly, let your hands do what they need to keep you balanced. You might start to play with turning the knee out towards the side. Squeeze the hip and the buttock on that side to make that happen. External rotation. Bring the knee out towards the side. Maybe you start playing with bringing the foot to touch the inside of your ankle. If that's easy and you feel really steady, cool, keep going. Take your foot to the inside of your calf. Press the foot and the leg together like you're zipping up through the middle of your body. If that's easy or you just want to try, see if you can bring your foot to the inside of your thigh instead. And again, you're pressing the foot and the leg together, but we're not touching the kneecap at all. So either the foot all the way underneath the knee or the toes all the way above the knee. Good. Pull your pelvis in and up, pull your belly organs in and up to hold you steady. Gaze is forward, not down at the ground. Maybe you let go of what's supporting you with your hands and you start growing branches. And remember, they don't have to be identical. They could be like this, or like this, or like this. Keep pressing your standing big toe into the ground. Keep squeezing the legs in towards each other. Okay, pay attention. As best you can, do not let your foot come all the way down to the ground. Release your foot and bring your knee ahead of you at hip height. Woo. Good. Maybe you reach down and grab your pants or your thigh and start to extend through the knee and then bend it again. And obviously, if that's not working for you, then you sit and extend and bend through the knee. Either way. Last bit of the challenge, keep your leg as long and extended ahead of you as you can. Good. Point the toes and flex the foot. Point the toes and flex the foot. Last one, keep breathing. As long as you can through the spine, using control, let the foot come all the way back down to the floor. Notice what is left over. Notice stories about what is left over. And then if you want to wiggle it out or tap your foot or roll your ankle, whatever you have to do, do it. And then we're going to do that all on the same or opposite side, excuse me. So standing at the front of your mat, all of your weight is in your, what did we just do left? It's in your right foot now. I can teach yoga. Good. So set yourself up for success. Really press down into all of your toes and your heel. Suction cup your arch to the ground like an octopus tentacle. Like lift up in the middle. Okay? And then strengthen all the muscles onto the bones on that leg. Squeeze the buttock, pelvis in and up, belly in and up. Squeeze your shoulders behind you. Gaze is locked ahead. Touching a chair or your hips or your chest or whatever. That's how you set up. Now you can start to move. So maybe you take the weight just onto the tip of the big toe. Notice the weebling and the wobbling that has to happen. Is it super different than the other side? Maybe. Just take inventory of that. Maybe you try opening the knee out to the side. Squeeze the buttock and the hip to draw it out. Stay or practice tapping the inside of the ankle. Stay or lift it up to the calf. Squeeze the legs in towards each other. Stay or lift your foot up above the level of the knee, but not touching the knee. If you want to bring your foot in front of the leg, you can. I don't know what the Sanskrit word for this is, but hot tree, as it's called, is when you reach down and grab the pinky toe side of the foot and draw it into the opposite hip crease. And then still you're using the hip and the buttock to open the knee out. Yeah. Good choices. Belly in and up, zip yourself up. If you fall, fine. Maybe you grow branches. Maybe you fall out like me. Come back in. Okay, you know where we're going next. So move your leg and bring your knee in front of your hip with the foot still lifted. Maybe you pull your toes back towards your shin. Yeah, if you want to sit, sit. Grab your pants or your thigh. Start extending through the knee and then bending. Belly in and up. Squeeze your shoulders behind you. Soften your face. Point your toes. Flex your foot. Point, flex. Keep breathing. And then with grace, put everything back down. And notice what's left over. And then if you want to tap your foot or roll your ankle or do whatever, do it. Notice what kind of bullshit came into your head when you were doing all of that. Is it like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I do it? These are party tricks. We're just trying to play with the body and notice what's present. This doesn't mean anything about you as a person. I promise. Okay, let's do one more. Come into your left standing leg again. So we just did external rotation in the hip. Now let's do internal rotation. Let's do a twist, a standing balancing twist. If you want to practice it with a chair, that is fine. Face the seat of your chair. And the left foot is going to be your standing foot. You're looking straight ahead, not down. That's going to make you fall down. Squeeze all the muscles onto your left leg. Squeeze your buttock, pelvis in and up, shoulders down, hands on your hips or at your heart or out to the side, whatever. Okay, once again, lift your right foot in front of you. Try to keep it at hip height. And if you're using a chair, you may step onto the chair slightly, but do your best not to like put all your weight into the seat. See if you can recruit all the muscles so that you're just using the chair for balance. Okay, left hand to right knee, right hand to right hip. This might be enough. Or you could, with control, start to turn towards your bent leg so you're twisting through the center of your body. See what happens if you keep your nose in line with your heart versus looking over the back shoulder. If your foot is on the chair, see what happens if you practice lifting it up and then releasing it back down. Keep breathing. Inhale, head back to the center first, and then the rest of the torso follows. Release both of your hands to your hips or to your chair, and then release your foot down. Notice what's left over first, and then shake it out or roll your ankle, whatever you got to do. Other side. So your right leg is your standing leg. That means cantering the left foot, maybe just touching your toe down onto the ground. Gaze is forward, not down, at something that's not moving. Squeezing your arch down onto the ground, suction cup it down so that it creates a vacuum and helps you stay steady. Pelvis in and up, squeeze your shoulders behind you, gaze ahead, and then start playing with lifting the left foot up, maybe touching down on the chair very slightly or gnaw. If your foot is lifted, push through your heel, pull your toes back towards your body. Good. Right hand, left knee, left hand, left hip. Stay here or start to twist more. Don't be afraid to pull on the knee and to press the knee into the hand for support. Maybe you look over your back shoulder. One more breath. Inhale, head back to the center first, and then unwind. Bring yourself back to neutral, and notice what's left over. And then if you want to wiggle it out or roll your ankle, I don't know what this is called, but I like to push on my toes. Whatever helps, just do it. Okay. Come all the way to a seat again or to your chair again. We're not going to get back up if that helps you decide. Really good job. That's hard shit. Take your time getting down. At first, stay tall Oh, maybe get your chair out of your way if you're on the floor. And my favorite pose, lazy teenager. Legs out ahead of you. Don't worry about feeling anything in particular. Just bump your knees and swish your feet like you're on a beach. And it's just so nice. And you have a Mai Tai. And it's so nice. Good. And then come to grips with the fact that you're in a different relationship with gravity now. Notice what is touching the ground. Notice where you feel supported. Notice how your breath feels now that you're in a more restful position. Notice any sensations left over in your body from all the work you just did. Okay, let's do another twist, but now from a seated position to see if that feels different in the low spine. Okay, so come to a taller position where your shoulders are stacked on top of your hips again and your legs are out ahead of you. And remember, if your legs are out ahead and you feel like your tail is tucked and you're rounding in a way that doesn't feel supportive, bend your knees way more and take your hands slightly behind your hips so you can kind of push and feel taller. Over time, your hands might come more in line with the hips. And then over time, the legs start to straighten. But all the time, belly is in and up for support. And all the time, you're squeezing your shoulders gently behind you. That's all just in service of protecting and supporting the spine. Good. Just stay here in this tall feeling position and smooth out your forehead, smooth out your eyebrows, unclench your jaw. See if you can press through the heels and pull your toes back towards your body. It might lift your feet up off the floor. That's okay. Relax the muscles in the sides of your neck. If your arms are by your hips, you might flatten your palms, and some bodies push. If you want to keep going, position your hands in a way where you can start lifting your hips up off the ground, but stay soft in the face. And then carefully lower back down. Good. Identify your right leg and bend it so your foot is flat on the ground. So two different ways that you could twist, open or closed. So if you want to open twist, meaning not compressing so much, take your right elbow to the inside of the right knee. So same side. And then open yourself to face away from your knee. You could take your hand more behind you, instead of right by your hip if it helps you feel more open. And again, you're looking for length. If you want to try the closed twist, then come back to neutral. Take your left hand to right knee or pants or whatever. And then still looking for length, twist yourself to face the bent leg and over towards that wall. And again, hand can come back behind you somewhere to help you stay really tall. And if you tried both and you like one or the other more, choose and stay for 2 breaths. Maybe you look over the back shoulder. Head back to center first, then inhale yourself back to the middle. Lazy teenager one more time. Good. Other side. So bring yourself back to a tall feeling. Bend the left knee this time, foot flat on the ground. And if it feels like you don't have enough room, especially if you just ate and you're like pressing your knee into your belly, you can take your knee way more out to the side. I'll even like move my belly so it's more in the middle, and it makes me feel like I have a lot more room. Try it. And then choose maybe open or closed. You already know where we're going, but if you're opening the twist, your left elbow's inside the left knee, right hand comes behind you somewhere so you can press and feel long, and you're opening your chest away from your legs. And you could look over the back shoulder if you wish. If you want to close the twist, bring your spine back to neutral, face forward, right hand to left knee. I sometimes kind of squeeze my fingers into the underside of my knee to hold my arm in place. And then left hand behind you somewhere so you can feel really long through the spine. Pull your belly in and up, chin down and back, head in line with your spine. Yeah. Maybe you look over the back shoulder. And if you tried both, pick which one you like the most or that feels like it's the most help for you today, and do that one for 2 more breaths. Head back to the center first, then inhale yourself all the way back to the middle. Lazy teenager, last time. Enjoy it. Okay, with or without your hands for support, roll yourself all the way down to your backside. If you're in your chair, scoot all the way back into your seat so you feel something supporting you from the tail to the crown. Arms can be in whatever position you choose. I do recommend keeping both knees bent, feet flat on the floor at first. And once again, just notice what it's like for your body to have a different relationship with gravity all of a sudden. Notice where you're feeling supported. See if you can soften your face, unclench your jaw, relax the muscles in the side of your neck, soften your belly. Be aware of anything left over. Good. Yogi's choice for the last 60 seconds of class: do nothing or choose a posture that you want to practice that is symmetrical, the same on both sides. One option is both knees back, squeezing your legs with your arms, and feet kind of close together. One option is knees out at an angle towards your armpits, with the feet towards the center, towards each other. Another option is reaching between those knees to grab the pinky toe edges of your feet and then kicking your feet up towards the sky for happy baby. In either of those options, you can be still or you can rock side to side or forward and back. You can do something I didn't mention. Good options. Start to really release the breath from any effort. Soften your breath into wherever you feel it the most. Even if your lungs don't grow there, see if you can breathe so big that they kind of travel into that spot, or it feels like your breath is touching that spot. Maybe you don't know what I'm talking about, and that's okay. And then start to plan out how you will release. And then start to release this posture. If your legs were up in the air, put both feet on the ground. And then your choice, you can have feet separated, like maybe as wide as your mat with the knees in towards each other, arms out in a Y shape or a T shape, or maybe hands on your body somewhere. Or you might elongate your legs. If you're struggling with low back pain, I might recommend staying with knees bent, feet wider than your hips, and knees in towards the center. That's called constructive rest pose. It intentionally releases the psoas and can create a little bit of release in the low spine as well. You might even take the heels of your palms and press them into the creases of your hips and push a little bit. So the leg bones are kind of reaching out away from the pelvis. It might give you a little bit of decompression in the low spine. And then if you're pressing, very slowly and gradually release the pressure. And then let your arms rest, either in a Y or a T shape, or palms on your body somewhere. Stop doing yoga. Stop breathing fancy. Let go of anything where you feel tension holding you together. Let the floor and the chair and your bones hold you together now. Just notice anything left over from your practice. Eyes can get heavy or close, halfway or all the way. Let your breath be free in and out. Take the next 60 seconds of silence to notice. Good. Notice where your thoughts went without any judgment. And then bring your attention back to your body. And notice where you're touching whatever's underneath you. Notice your breath without changing it. And carefully start to wiggle your fingers and your toes to wake your body back up. Maybe that gets bigger, like rolling wrists and ankles, bending or straightening your legs. Remember the room that you're in. Remember the other people and the objects here with you. And if you're on the ground, I would give you one last challenge, which is notice how you would habitually get up to a seated position. And if you wish, please try getting up the opposite way or a different way. Make your way to a seat now. Take your time. Use as little effort as possible. And find length one more time. So all the way from your tail through the crown of your head. You might be like me and you need to roll your shoulders down again. Good. Elbows are bent, hands are resting, gaze is forward, chin down and back. One more time. Soften your jaw, soften your gaze. And I'll invite you to bring your hands together, either in a prayer-like position with your thumbs touching the center of your chest, or you could stack your hands here, or anything that feels natural is fine. And look down or bow down towards your heart and your hands. My teacher says that this is honoring the wisdom below the brain. And acknowledge this position as a gratitude to yourself. Thank yourself just for showing up today. We all know that that's 90% of the work. Everything else is just practice. And remember, you have a body, but you're not just your body. You have a mind, but you're not just your thoughts. And you have emotions, but you're not just your feelings. When you're ready, hands can come down, eyes can flutter open and up. Class is over. Thank you all so much for coming. Thank you. I'll stop the recording, and then if you have any questions or concerns, we can talk now, or you can always email me later.